Hello, I am Nicole Nardoni, and I'm the creatress of Yoni Egg Pleasure Priestess. So I want to speak a little bit about Yoni eggs, why you might want to engage with the Yoni Egg practice, and also what we're going to be doing in the Yoni Egg Pleasure Priestess journey. So this little tool is ancient, so it comes from the Taoist lineage, thousands of years old, and originally began as a way to cultivate sexual energy. So to cultivate our connection to our sexual energy, to our vital life force energy. The Taoists saw those two things as synonymous. So that primal creative urge, that current that moves through all things, is sexual, right? It's sexual in nature. None of us are here without sex. And so this tapping into this current is the first thing, right? So this Yoni Egg practice is getting us tapped into that, awakening that. If we've been cut off, this is a way to really re-engage, to connect to that original power, that original juice, that original beauty that we come from. Secondly, the Taoists are interested in moving that current through the body. So it's not enough just to connect to it, to awaken it. We want to move it through the entire being. We want to be fully alive, right? And so the Taoists are awakening the energy and bringing it into different organs, different energy centers for healing, for transmutation, for liberation, alchemy, all kinds of things. And so we can be so deeply thankful for the Taoists bringing this practice to the world. It's super applicable for modern women, people with vaginas, yonis. So a few things that it can do for us is, one, offers us a very tangible tool to connect to our bodies, right? You've got a physical stone inside of your vagina, you're gonna pay attention, right? And it's not quite enough just to put the stone inside. You know, there's a lot of belief out there that that's all that this practice is, but there's a whole tradition around this stone, and it's not just pelvic floor exercises. But it does offer that immediate feedback. So it gives us a tangible tool to connect to our bodies, to connect to our pussies, our sexual organs, our sexual vitality, our life force energy. Also offers us an opportunity for emotional alchemy. So many of us have experienced trauma around sexuality, or heavy sort of cultural conditioning, religious conditioning, you know, family conditioning, and anything in between that. And so this offers a tool to transmute some of that, to meet it gently, gracefully, with ease, and you know, find some movement there, some alchemy. So it's really common to store emotions in this part of the body that over time can create numbness and disconnection, all kinds of things. So this tool also brings strength and relaxation to the yoni. So the Yoni Egg practice, the Taoist traditions that surround it, are really aimed at strengthening and relaxing the vagina. We don't want a tight vagina. That's a myth. That's not doing you any good. Think about any muscle, right? If we've got tight muscles anywhere in the body, it's going to create pain or numbness. It's just going to be unpleasant. But we want a strong vagina. We want one that can really, you know, bring in pleasure. When we have orgasms, when the body experiences orgasm, the muscles are contracting and releasing, contracting and releasing. And so when there's strength there, the orgasms are stronger. But we also want relaxation. We want to be able to surrender into pleasure, to surrender into that pulsation of life moving through our body. We want to be able to surrender to ourselves, to beauty. And then finally, this offers, again, tangible tool for an experience of spirituality in our sexual nature. So a weaving of spirituality and sexuality. It's not just a nice idea, it's something we can actually have an embodied and very real experience of. So in the Yoni Egg Pleasure Priestess journey, this is a unique journey for a number of reasons. One, we're going to be doing some very conscious practice of moving slowly, going at a pace that's easily integratable for your nervous system, for your whole being. You know, sometimes when we dive into sexuality, there's so much there, right? There can be trauma, conditioning, different ideas about what we should feel, blah, blah, blah. Like, it can be intense, or we can have a lot of repressed emotion, different things, repressed sensations, beliefs about what's possible for us. And so we want to go slow with this. I see it over and over again. People starting a Yoni egg practice, hitting a wall, something intense comes up, and then they drop it. It's too much. Don't know where to go, don't know how to process the information, the sensation, the experiences that are arising. So this Yoni Egg Pleasure Priestess journey is really meant to be the foundation for a lifelong connection to yourself, to your body, to your sexuality. And so we're going to be doing a lot of sort of trauma conscious practices, and the whole course is designed with that in mind so that you can move at your pace, a pace that allows for changes, shifts, transmutation in your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit that will last for the rest of your life. Also, this Yoni Egg Pleasure Priestess journey is held in tradition. So I also see super common for people to think about this just as pelvic floor exercises, when in reality there is an entire ancient tradition that surrounds this practice. And it's actually incredibly essential that we are supplementing Yoni Egg with other practices to, again, allow for a sustained shift. We want our sexuality, that creative energy, that life force, that beauty, that pleasure, that joy, to be integrated through our entire being, right? We don't want it to just be relegated to the lower chakras. Like, we want this to be a full experience of being alive. And so we're going to be doing a lot of traditional Taoist practices and tantric practices, very curated. I've found the most, like, the juiciest practices to share with you to support your Yoni Egg journey. And also, this practice is held by spirit, by your guide. So the journey is moving through the 4 elements. So this is allowing you to connect to these forces in your body and in the spirit realm, and every place in between, emotional, mental, energetic. And so we get a holistic, again, integrated, woven experience of our sexuality. We let it be a real part of us. It's not a place that we escape to every now and then, or needs to be cut off from the rest of our lives. It's something we get to feel all the time. And this is truly the journey of the priestess. The priestess is the one who weaves worlds together and recognizes that the sacred and the mundane are not separate, that we get to live in the sacred all the time, day to day. You know, the sacred is in our bodies. These bodies are temples, and it doesn't have to be a super serious practice. We get to enjoy it. So I hope to see you there. This journey is for all levels because of the nature of the course. Very suitable for beginners. Even if you've never practiced with the Yoni Egg before, this is so available for you. And also up to, you know, moderately experienced practitioners, those that already have a deep connection with their own bodies, with their sexuality, maybe even a Yoni Egg practice. This is going to take you to, well, just another realm. More tools for your toolkit. and a lot of really juicy practices in one place. And also, we're going to be doing a lot of live portion as well. So you get a chance to allow your energy to mix with others, right? You're going to be practicing on your own, you don't have to interact, but just being in connection with others doing this practice is so powerful. Our energy is amplified when we join forces. We start to weave a web of beauty together. And this is what the Yoni Egg Pleasure Priestess journey is all about. I hope to see you there.